Hello, welcome. It's almost HardLore time. How you doing, Bo?
I'm doing great.
You know who else is doing great?
Mark
Whelan from Fuming Mouth. And do you know why he's doing great?
BeTheMatch.org.
BeTheMatch.org. I signed up today. Bo's signing up right now. If you are watching this, if you're listening to this, pause this, sign up for BeTheMatch.org and potentially save somebody's life.
Simple as that.
Simple as that. The cure for leukemia is bone marrow transplants. You could be the cure for somebody's leukemia on BeTheMatch.org. Enjoy this episode with Mark. We love you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Hello, welcome. It's HardLore time. How you doing, Bowen?
I'm doing great.
I said it right.
You said my name.
Yeah. Bowen Looters. More importantly than Bowen Looters. I'm just kidding. But this is honestly an unbelievably special guest. Unbelievably special moment.
Tell him. You've been saying it.
The reason we're in Boston this weekend, and I didn't tell him that until yesterday because I wanted to tell him in person, Mark Whelan from Fuming Mouth is back. And we are here specifically to talk to him. And we figured it only appropriate that he gets a full-length episode in person to tell his story and to talk to the boys, talk to the people at home. Welcome, Mark. Thanks for being here.
What the fuck is up?
The king is back.
I was, full disclosure, ringing out, people cheering, middle fingers up. The other night, I was emotional.
Oh, I'm going to tell you.
It was a beautiful, wonderful champion of life moment.
I wept.
Yeah, I got a little choked up.
You know, I had just like, there's just been so much love that's been pouring in, and last night was like the absolute like pinnacle of it. It was like the height of it, and everyone being there together. Hey, you could just feel it in the room. It was awesome.
It was special. Yeah. And you know, we say this often that like hardcore shows are like special moments that you like remember, and that's what makes the show.
It's a moment-based genre.
There it is. Thank you.
Yeah.
Last night, that was a fucking moment. It was really cool.
Moment.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
Your battle with cancer, for the most part, took place during a time when the entire world was shut down and fucked.
Yeah.
So it's like everybody's kind of grieving for the world in their own way, their own lives, while you are straight up battling every day for yours. I'd have to imagine last night was something you thought about the entire time.
I gotta say, I think right when I was told I had cancerous cells in my body, the first thought in my head was, I just want to play one more show. And now I want to play a lot more shows, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, that's the thing is like, obviously we don't want to make this like a sad episode or anything like that.
No, of course
it's a
not.
Heavy
this is
episode.
a celebration.
But yeah, in the end.
But like, we should talk about it, and I'm a total open book with this. So like, ask away, you know.
So walk us through it. What made you get checked out? How'd you find out? What happened?
Well, I think it was crazy because like on Halloween last year, we had like a little party. It was like friends from Vane, Fleshwater, like who else was there? I don't know. It was a few friends that were over, and I wasn't like feeling that great. And then like
in what way were you not feeling well?
I thought I was hungover.
Okay.
I was like, damn. Mm-hmm. Last night was lit.
I see.
I gotta be careful.
I don't remember going that home.
I don't remember that, but okay, whatever. And then like the next day I was like feeling a little worse, and then kind of a little worse. I'm like, oh my God, here it comes. I got COVID, and I haven't gotten COVID once. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, this is it. I'm getting COVID. Okay, everyone's getting it. That's fine. And then like a week into it, well, I got my COVID test. It was negative. So then it was like, oh, so I have the flu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Week into that, it's like, now it's 2 weeks. It's like, wow, I've had the flu for 2 weeks? And it just kept getting a little worse like every day. Mm-hmm. And then eventually, you know, there was a few people in my life that said it. I'm not sure if it was my girlfriend's mom or my uncle, but somebody was like, you should get a blood test. And found out like my white blood cells were like super low.
And that's generally the indicator, right?
Yeah. It could be a lot of different indicators, but for me, it like wasn't even an indicator. It was just like, oh, you're just like not doing well. You should like go to the ER and get it checked out. And I was still feeling like not that bad. I was still like feeling sick, you know what I mean? And then I went and they're like, oh no, you're staying. Wow. And I was like, for what? For the flu?
Yeah.
And then that turned into, weeks of what is going on to me? Yeah. What is happening to me? Wow. And then eventually, I was told I had cancer.
What kind of cancer was it?
Leukemia. So acute myeloid leukemia. There's like all different stages of it. Mine was like considered intermediate. So yeah, it was like a good and bad thing. In that sense, we were able to move me to a hospital like right next to Fenway. And yeah, we just started.
You got to look out the window and wash the socks, kid?
Yes.
For real?
Not then, but like fast forward to like recovering. I had to stay in this like apartment right near Fenway.
Dude, unbelievable.
Dude, I saw Paul McCartney play back to back 2 nights.
Unbelievable.
It was like the best seats you've ever seen.
He played Live and Let Die, the pyro show.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
dude.
the amount of fireworks, it was amazing. But I was like, damn, imagine if you hate music and like Paul McCartney and you're in this like apartment. Mm-hmm. It was the loudest
the line check you heard every.
So I was loving it. Me and my girlfriend were watching this like, oh my god.
The park where Riot Fest is in Chicago is surrounded by hospital apartments, and they're gonna get kicked out because they've had
Riot Fest is gonna get kicked out. Wow, brutal, dude.
It was really cool for me at that time.
Well, but, I mean,
dude, that's incredible.
A great like.
Yes,
it probably felt good to see a show.
Yeah,
as removed from our world as it is.
It absolutely was. But one of the coolest things about like going through it was like being able to see everyone be active. Because the reality is, it's like we have a fucking plague that just hit us, with COVID, literally. And everyone had to like push through it in their own ways, especially with like the live music we play, where it's like we're hulking cabs upstairs, we're setting up amps, we're doing all this stuff, and like. Watching that from the sidelines was really inspiring, and watching everyone like do it because I'm like,
oh man, I'm gonna do this. I love that. I really love it. Shout out to Paul McCartney, friend of the show.
Yeah. Shout out Paul.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah. What was treatment?
Yeah. What was the process like of like let's figure out what's wrong with you. Let's start. How early on did you catch this?
So, with mine, because it was acute, it was like right away, caught it at like a really, really, really good time. Like I was saying earlier, it was one of those things where it was like my symptoms, I thought it was a flu. Some people are like passing out and stuff, Okay. And so we did catch it like pretty early, which was cool. And we developed like the best plan for my cancer that I had. You get a bone marrow transplant, and they have a registry called BeTheMatch.com. Everyone, if you're watching this, go to BeTheMatch.com and register, because this is a cure to cancer. There is a literal cure to cancer, and
it's bone marrow.
Yeah, it's this bone marrow transplant. The thing is, it takes like once you get the transplant, it does take years. You have to be in remission, but once you get to a certain year point, like you will have like my risk of ever getting leukemia once I get to that point is the same as you guys.
Wow.
Or it actually might be less.
Might be.
Wow.
Because I have
that dope marrow.
Yeah, yes.
The dopest
marrow. Fresh and clean. Yeah.
Wow.
But which is crazy. But
and leukemia is cancer of
blood cancer.
Blood cancer.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's horrifying.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like God is not real.
Right.
Like, is there any argument like blood cancer?
For me, it was like, dude, when it happened, it was like, I was like praying to God and stuff. And like, I would hit my knees And then it just got to a point where I was like, oh, I actually have to take this seriously.
Yeah.
And like, I can't be praying to God all day.
Yeah.
Like, I got to like listen to my doctors. I got to like, cause they'll like pop into your head. Like, please, like you'll pray, even if you don't believe in God, I think, you know? And there came a point where I was just like, whoo, I'm on my own in this. Yeah. It's time to really like take charge, listen to everything I have to do and like do the right things, you know?
Ultimately, I think it's important to note that like you were not on your own in terms of this was one of those times. Like obviously on a much smaller scale, Harm's Way getting robbed was a thing where the community stepped up.
Well, that's what I'm talking about,
dude. It was like everybody.
Everyone has to like. Everyone is dealing with shit like this. When I was saying earlier with plague or like pandemic, it's like everyone has to like. There just comes a time where you have to really just be like, okay, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Like, gotta do this.
But also, every band that you've ever met, every person that has ever known you loves you, you know? And everybody, like, whatever we could do was going to be done. Like, you look through that list of donors, and it's like...
When I saw yours, and like, in Harm's Way as a band, but, like, yeah, I can't explain it. It was one of those things where it was a moment where I was like, oh, we have to, like, the Kurt Cobain fantasy is dead. You know what I mean? Like I hope no one takes that the wrong way. Meaning like you gotta like fight to live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And fight to like work together. You know what I mean? And everyone's in this to like help each other out.
It just like it doesn't matter whether you're the singer in a band or whether you're a popular band or like how many benefits have you heard of? How many benefits have you played? How many?
It's endless.
It's a community, and
I just don't want to see musicians die anymore.
Yeah, no,
well, of course,
that's like really all I'm saying.
But there's avoidable deaths, and then there's fucking blood cancer. So it's like
that. Honestly, wasn't even my point. What I'm saying is like after a bad thing happens, the ultimate silver lining is like this community.
Yeah,
is there. It's like this net that is there that cares no matter how low, no matter how bad you feel. There's a lot of fucking people who give a shit.
I can't explain how that day uplifted not just me, but my whole family.
Good.
And how people in my family were like, what's happening? And I'm like, I've been in a hardcore scene for, I don't know, my whole life. And we all just like know each other. Even like, whether it's someone who's like my best friend or someone I'm just in a room with and like have not even really talked to. And it was just like an absolute
I'll tell you
motivating factor to like, I have to do this. I can do this and I will do this.
And I don't know if you know, like you as yourself, it's obviously hard to gauge this, but like, give me a second here. Like, oh God, I can't even do it. Hang on. Oh! Like, if I'm playing Boston and there's 30 people there and Mark Whelan's one of them, I'm going to do fine, you know?
Hell yeah.
So, like, it was like, all right, so what can I do for him now? You know?
Yeah. It was the same sentiment with us where when we did that tour together.
Yeah.
And I think we played some weird show like upstate New York or something.
Yes, I know exactly the one.
But do you remember you being like throwing a water bottle and being like, you're at a fucking Harm's Way show? Do you remember that?
No, I actually don't.
you did it, and it's something that we talked about because it's just like you're a dude and you care and you're into the music and
any band you ask is like, oh, Mark's here. We're gonna be good.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a great show,
and it's
thank you.
Yeah, I'm so. Yeah, this is hard. I'm really happy.
Well, with your guys' bands, I feel like you really carried the flag for everyone. Like before Fuming Mouth, before my band, so it was kind of like I was watching. I didn't think with Fuming Mouth any of this was possible. It was like an art project to me that I really like. I was like, I'm gonna just put out a really good demo. Because I haven't put out I've never been able to put out like good music. I always like put out shitty music, and then seeing what you guys did with your bands, you know, whether it was like pre-Disharmony, watching you guys play those festivals in Europe, things like that. Harm's Way. I think even just the release of like Isolation and just watching that like that like level up, like
The GOAT.
yeah, it was just one of those things where I looked at it, I'm like, oh, this can be so much more than just like a tiny little art project. I can like really turn this into like a real band and like, you know,
we all we're all aware of people who are like, oh, this is going to be my career, and ethically, you might think something or whatever by that. That's not my point.
Yeah.
What this music can be is an opportunity to travel the world with your friends and do shit that you never thought you could.
Yeah.
Look at us, like what we've been able even to do with this, and we're talking to people and getting to learn their stories and all this. Like, that's the coolest shit in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And even before that, you can make songs and listen back and go, I fucking made that?
Yeah.
This is awesome. And then like just like not even do that and just show it to your friends, especially nowadays with like, if you have a laptop, like you can just do that.
Dude, I'm writing TV songs on just a laptop. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You know?
So when did you find out you were clear?
So, okay, so there is one thing we were missing before this that happened that was super rough. So things were going well. At the end of December 2021, I went into remission. So I went into remission really fast. Everything was like, I would say beyond smooth sailing as far as cancer treatment goes, because we also found a donor for my transplant really, really fast.
Amazing.
And
Is that a blood type thing?
yeah.
Or is it a marrow type
What
thing?
blood type are you?
Type O negative.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Universal donor.
So does that work both ways?
no,
Can you
universal donor.
Yeah.
He
need
can
O
give
neg.
to us, no
Yeah.
problem.
Wow.
I'm B positive for anyone out there.
A positive if you need me.
Yeah. Let me know.
What was I gonna say? But
Everything was smooth sailing.
Everything was going smooth sailing, and we're gonna do this transplant in January. So this is like,
So Halloween, January.
yeah.
Yeah.
Really, and I'm talking like, I forget when in January. Either way, relatively fast. That's when Omicron hit, and my donor could not donate to me, and we had to cancel the transplant, not reschedule it. We had to cancel it because there was no foreseeable like when is this going to stop?
Yeah.
Because Omicron was like super widespread.
Yeah.
So then from that point for the next few months, it was limbo. Like,
Really?
oh man, what are we gonna do?
And,
so
and you're
fucked.
thinking about eventualities at that point.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
is that when-
For sure. That's when it started to
really hit.
That's when it got dark.
Yeah.
Because it was like, because the one silver lining was just gone. And then long story short, we finally got the donation, and then we got it done in like March, April. And then that's when recovery started, and yeah.
And that was the treatment that you mentioned, which was
Bone marrow transplant.
and what's that website?
That's bethematch.org. I think I said bethematch.com, bethematch.org.
.org.
Or if you
It's a
Google
.org.
Be the Match.
Be the Match. There you
Google
go.
Be the Match, because
Beautiful.
you're going to get, they have like tremendous social media, great website. There's a ton of ways to like reach out and see like a ton of things. And logging in to the registry is really, really important.
Oh, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. When
Tonight.
I get home.
Yeah.
When,
Yeah.
like, not to get morbid, obviously, but like,
Let's get morbid.
On
bro.
the doctor's-
I'm playing a death metal band.
exactly.
Like there's
Oh,
a
you
flip side to
morbid?
this. There's
Yeah.
an ironic flip side to
It's
this.
true. On the doctor's side, was there expressed concern to you at any point? Like, hey, this just so you know.
Oh yeah,
Like, get your
immediately.
affairs in
Like
order,
we
kinda?
need to handle this right away, or you're going to die.
Oh,
Wow.
shit.
Yeah. So right away, it was like this needs to be taken super, super serious, and
And then it was, and then
yeah, and then I'm cancer free, and
well, I mean, and then it was, and then it wasn't.
well, then it was, and then it wasn't.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, it never came back. I got to stay in remission. Luckily, I had to like in that period, that canceled.
Yeah.
When my donation was canceled, I had to go back into the hospital and get another bridge chemotherapy. During that time period was a benefit show for me that Hey 5 6 like recorded.
Right.
And it was like the best timing. I don't think anyone has ever been on chemotherapy and just been like, yeah, like,
true.
Like, oh, the high command is so good.
Dude, they really are.
Yeah.
They
Blew my fucking mind last night.
Right?
They understand, not to divert, but like crossover songs need to go somewhere. And High Command understands that the songs need to go somewhere.
Yes.
There's an ending that you have to get
We
to.
need
Yes.
Shout out High Command.
Shout out high command for sure.
Yeah, very good.
Wow. That's I don't think anyone probably ever in the history of Earth has ever been in that situation.
Yeah.
Like quite literally.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
So Fuming Mouth is, on a positive note, almost been a band for a decade now.
Yes.
Is that true? I
Like in a
didn't
few
even know
months,
that.
it'll be a decade.
Yeah,
Wow.
2013. Yeah, was the start.
That's great because we all lost 2 years. I say we all, and I'm learning.
No, but
especially-
this is
quite
what
a
I mean.
privilege
Yeah.
to say how we lost it compared
it's
to
not
some.
like that. Right? Everyone's in this together, and everyone needs to like realize that like health is a super serious concern. And I look at like cancer as disease. I don't look at it like addiction is disease. Yeah, like I really do like see it like that. So like
It's not a death sentence.
yeah.
It's a thing.
It's a thing you have to handle. Yeah, exactly. That's like really how I look at it.
Yeah, I think that's, there's a lot of woo when it comes to like your spirit and like how you're doing when you're dealing with something,
Yeah.
and how your spirits are doing and your support and your love and like all this. But like, and me, I'm a skeptic, but that shit matters.
Yes.
It matters. And I hope, as you said, that when you saw the GoFundMe stuff, when you saw the Hate 56 thing, that like, that is like, all right.
Mental treatment.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like absolutely. Yeah. It's hard to even like put into words how like amazing all of that was. For me, it was like my mom did not understand it. She was like, what's happening? Why are all these people helping you? Like, what's going on?
Was she here last night?
No, I don't think she was. I think she was at home cooking or something.
I hope she sees
that's
some
beautiful.
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
yeah.
And if you don't mind me, I'm genuinely curious as someone who, like, do you have insurance? Did you have insurance? What was-
I do have insurance.
Let's go.
Yeah. So
Fuck
it's super helpful. The only thing is it's like insurance companies and doctors are like what's like a comparison? They're just like enemies for life.
Yeah.
And even I just had like a treatment the other day that was not covered by insurance. And it's like it's shit like that that's like very annoying where the GoFundMe is like absolutely going to help.
Because it's even the copay. Like,
Oh, yeah,
it's
exactly.
gonna be life altering for most people.
Yes.
So that's like insurance or not. The GoFundMe is 100% necessary.
Yes.
And I know we've never talked about this, but I know that if you ever got to a point where you're like, okay, I'm 100% good, and I still have money left over, I know you're donating that to bethematch.org or
I want to do
what I mean?
something way bigger
Yeah,
than that.
yeah, of course. Like whatever
yeah.
surplus. It's the same thing with us with like the trailer shit. Is like we made a little too much and we gave it away because it doesn't feel right to profit off of some tragedy. You know what I mean? It's a really good. It centers you, I think, and it like reminds you of like, oh, here's what's important. Here's what's not important.
Yeah.
Here's what I need to focus
But there's
on.
a long road still, technically, right?
Absolutely. I also have to battle this other disease called graft versus host disease, where basically the transplant fights my body because my body's like, that's not your body part.
Right.
That's not your bone marrow. And my bone marrow is like, this isn't my body.
Does everybody get that, or is that like a?
It's like a roll of the dice. And luckily we caught it like super early, so we're like treating it with something called prednisone. If anyone out there is on prednisone, just keep doing it. You're killing it. Yeah. So there's still like a lot more to go with it. No, but his plans is as far as donating, I want to do something way more proactive than that down the road. And one of those things is if we can get, this is like the biggest one. There are countries that do for Be the Match and for transplants for blood cancers, they do like an opt-in, opt-out kind of thing. So you get swabbed in your mouth, say for instance, like I think Poland is one of them, definitely Germany. And if you by having that, they have a huge registry of people that can be donors. And that's like really good for like white people, but for people of color, it's super hard to find donors. And I know people that like, you know, there are people of color, that black people, Native Americans, that one's super hard to find like a donor. So something needs to be done about that.
Why
Do
is
you need to be?
Because like, for example, in there's just like there's a huge white population in Germany. There's a huge white population in Poland.
So donations. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So it's easy because I'm white, it's like easy for me to find a donor. But if you're a person of colors, like it's just harder to like trace back and find it because everything's done through the internet through this now. So it's all like very, very new to the past like 10 to 20 years how it's handled. I don't know how I would single-handedly change that yet.
I mean,
But you're
like,
starting the conversation.
I am starting the conversation right now, and I do want to put it out there because it's like I have some friends who are black who are just like they just have to keep getting chemo now. They like can't get a transplant because they can't find the right like donor. You know what I mean?
So is it because of? Is it a numbers thing? Is there a biological reason why a white person can't donate to a person of color?
I'm not sure exactly why, but it's not as simple as just like blood type. I wish it was. It is more of like a numbers thing. There's like a certain grading system.
Right.
And it actually, I believe it's like based on ancestry.
Wow.
That's why.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah, it's really.
I've literally never heard that.
I've never heard of that before in my life.
Yeah. So it's like, it's one of those things where all of this is so new when it comes to like blood cancers. So, I don't know how to approach that. I would love to just donate, but now after what I've been through, I'm like, oh man,
awareness.
There's a lot of definitely awareness, but like active change that can happen that can like literally benefit the whole population.
And there truly isn't. This isn't really even something we talk about that often, but I don't think there's a better place to start activism in that way than punk and hardcore metal,
right?
And like this scene where it's like grassroots. Yeah, we give a shit.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's very interesting.
How about this?
Yeah.
We have that stupid Christmas sweater thing coming up.
We do.
If you buy one of those, we'll donate to wherever Mark wants us to donate to.
Yeah, we have a HardLore ugly Christmas sweater. That's really cool.
It is cool. I said stupid because it's like an ugly thing.
He made it cool, but let's do that.
We'll donate wherever you want us to.
Awesome.
Okay, so if you buy that, that's what we're doing.
We'll have
Here it
perfect.
is.
That's perfect. Start with that.
Yes.
Yeah, beautiful.
We'll start there. Let's go back in time a little bit. Because you mentioned earlier you wanted to take pride in Fuming Mouth. You wanted to write these songs that you take this seriously. And I know firsthand with the Grand Descent, like Triple B put it out.
Yeah.
But you paid for a lot of this was like a DIY thing where like you were like, I'm gonna fucking do this the right way.
Oh yeah.
And you made this incredible record.
Mm-hmm.
You toured with my man here.
Mm-hmm.
How was putting that together, and how did that help kind of transition into what you're going to do with this next thing?
With this next album?
Yeah.
We never. Hey, man, if that's
With
what
this
you
next
want
album,
to call it.
recorded by Kurt Ballou at God City this past October.
Full disclosure, we were at God City Studios the other day. We did not hear it.
Okay.
I swear on my
I can't
friend.
show it to you because Mark will be mad.
I swear on our friendship, we did not hear it.
I don't think I would have been mad.
But we thought about fucking with you. And
we thought about saying we heard the
we
record.
heard the whole record.
Shit's dope.
I'm out of here. I just leave. That's it.
Fucking hatchet job. Yeah. So the Grand Descent. How was putting that together? I know that was like Fuming Mouth is your baby. Obviously, there's a lot more to it.
Yeah.
But how have you grown since 2013 when the band started to the first LP at least?
Well, I guess like there was never an idea to even like. I really mean it. From 2013, I was like, I'm gonna put out a really good demo. That's like what I really want to do. And then the full length, like the idea didn't even like really come to fruition until I'd say like 2015. And then from there, it was just like one song after another, and around like 2017, 2018, that's when I got in touch with Kurt Ballou, God City Studios in Salem, Mass, and then the ball got put into motion, I guess. Yeah, that's like the simple version of it.
Yeah. How was recording? And I mean, was that your first time working with Kurt?
It was the first time working with Kurt.
But growing up here,
yeah.
He's the god.
He's the guy.
He's the guy.
He's the guy. I mean, growing up in Chicago, he was the guy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like he mixed Rust, and for us that was like, oh,
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
You know what's so funny to think about?
What?
Kale recording at God City.
It was like I've never seen Kale Sane, love you.
Yeah.
I've known Kale for so long. I've never pictured him as like a California boy until I saw him playing drums in God City, because God City is just like the most Massachusetts, Salem, Mass, like cold, ice cold studio.
The door is the door.
Yeah.
You're getting lobster shanty after this next take. Kid.
Yeah. And and seeing Kale rip it up in there was like, I'm like, oh man, you are a surfer boy. He's not a surfer boy, but he's a California boy.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter, but such a smaller building than I expected.
I know, right?
When you based on videos and pictures and stuff, I thought it was going to be huge.
It was nice to lay on that couch. It was a good thing. I'd never been there before.
Yeah,
So,
me.
I've
It was
been
my
hearing
first
about
time.
it and reading about it for 10 fucking years when my brother did shit. But you got to live the Mass dream, kid.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
And now you're doing it again now. But let's lean on the first one a little bit.
Yeah.
'Cause
For
it was
sure.
kind of like, were you HC first and then kind of figured out that death metal was your bag or what?
Oh, no way.
You were metal first.
No way. I had In Flames, Clayman. That
Clayman.
one song, and Needle 24/7 by Children of Bodom on my iPod. Only those two songs.
Not Gyroscope 2000 by In Flames, brother.
No, only those two songs, just on repeat, just on the school bus, just sitting there.
We got
over and over and over again. I had no concept of hardcore.
We did a
for
mini.
a long
We did a
time.
mini HardLore with In Flames and
At Furnace Fest. It hasn't come out yet.
And Bo asked them, like, hey, are you playing Gyroscope tonight?
Yeah.
And they straight up, like, that's basically like asking them Freebird, I guess.
Yeah, it's like
Really?
Yeah, I had no idea.
And when he said that, what was the response?
No.
Damn.
So that was cool. But they were like I told them on the thing, like, I did a rhythmic gymnastics routine to, what's the song? Fucking Cloud Connected in 6th grade.
That is so sick.
So I go way back with In Flames too. They were day one OGs with me. So I'm hearing what you're saying.
Our drummer James, that's his favorite In Flames song.
By the
Dude,
way,
it's a hard ass riff.
Yeah.
we'll get back to the. James is the new drummer.
Yeah, James Davis.
Oh, he ripped.
Hits hard as fuck.
That's my twin. He's amazing. Hits hard as fuck. He's clean as fuck. He's from Boston, and it's just like, yeah, I don't know. It's just like the perfect fit.
Where
Like,
was he before?
Yeah.
I know, right?
Where's he been?
Where have you been all my life,
Dude, he hits so
Yeah, he
fucking
hit
hard.
There's like a small group of like people in their 20s who are really like doing like playing drums, playing a lot of hardcore music, playing there's a band called Blood Type from out here. There's a band called Mourn from out here, and they all are just like working together. And he was like in that friend group, but not really playing in any of those bands. He was just like kind of chilling.
Gotcha.
How do you waste a drummer like that?
Yeah, that's
Well, he has a band called No Arbiter that he works on,
Okay.
and like, and it reminds me of like with Fuming Mouth, where he's like, you know, like toiling away with it, like picking at it, kind of like behind the scenes while everyone's like doing his shit, doing their shit.
You guys had you have a part where it's kind of straightforward on the hands, but the feet are going, which is like, I I don't know this because I'm not a drummer, but I've heard that the slower the double bass, kind of the harder.
Yeah, you would think that's generally something you
Like
would
the
do on one
triplets.
foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was
And he didn't miss a one. I was like, oh, he's doing the thing, and I like know to like kind of.
Yeah.
He didn't miss a one.
Yeah, he killed it.
Yeah,
So
he's
back
amazing.
to In Flames.
Hey,
and
one more thing about him. I think he's a better guitarist than me.
Oh, doesn't that?
He's
suck?
one of those.
Yeah.
Chris
Well,
Mills
yeah,
is kind of a better
I'll
guitar
never
player than
forget
me.
it.
Than you?
Dude, he's very good. He's just like naturally good. It pisses me off.
So like me and James were like working on this one song this past summer. Like once I got out of that apartment I was like talking about. So basically I had, just to go back to the cancer, like the transplant. Once I got out of that apartment I was talking about, I was able to go home and just like heal regularly, walk every day, like get to like walking a mile. That was like a big thing. And after like a month or so of that, me and him had been like talking like just over the phone or whatever. And then we started like working together, working on songs. And yeah, we were working on, he was programming drums because I was still like kind of weak and like couldn't. I type out like a lot of the drums myself for Fuming Mouth, and he was like helping with that. And I remember like walking into the kitchen with my girlfriend and just hearing my guitar and him playing the guitar riff I was just playing, but just better than me. And like me and my girlfriend like looked up at each other like, what the fuck?
Who is this fucking alien?
Yeah, who is? Yeah, what? Like, what just happened?
What an asshole.
Yeah.
So you started In Flames, Children of Bodom.
Yeah. That was like, those are like the two starting points. But I also like No Effects and shit.
Oh, the first show was No Effects.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. The Decline was the other
hour?
one on there.
Are you guys fucking crazy?
Yeah.
So
I don't know
punk
why.
and death metal or
17
death metal
minutes long,
adjacent
but-
things at the same time. Were in between that is hardcore. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that was your destiny to begin with.
Well, I had this goth girlfriend when I was like 16. She got me into emo shit. So that was like definitely there too. Somewhere along that line that happened too. And then like I don't know where hardcore sneaks its way in, but it for sure did.
Probably like a show thing because
It had
it's
to be.
accessible.
Yeah.
You can go and anyone can play, really.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Which is like, that's part of the beauty of it. As you often say, the best moshers
Make the best band.
make the best bands.
Fuming
And
Mouth
I hear
is
you.
living
I
proof.
hear you say that, and I agree.
Like, prove me wrong, please. I'm begging you to prove me wrong. Yeah, good shit, man.
Yeah.
So we're jumping all over, but
I know.
No, it doesn't matter.
We could. We got time.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling really good. It's crazy because at first it was like, how's my friend put it? It's not gradual. It's eventual, or it doesn't happen gradually. It happens eventually.
It's a miracle.
Healing
wow.
better.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. But then once it eventually happened, every day I've been feeling better. So I've been feeling I feel really good.
It's amazing.
You got any like boys you made?
Yes.
In the cancer block, you know?
Yes, definitely. I have like too many to shout out. Peter from Remembering Never, that's my guy for
No
sure.
shit.
Yes,
Wow.
100%. Like he put out like a song about cancer, and I was like, I'm like, what? I'm like, it's some guy just like using cancer as like a metaphor. Like, this is my symbolism in meaning to my music. I felt like such a jackass. I'm like, oh my god, he just like fuck cancer too.
Now through the looking glass.
Yeah,
you're like, oh,
right.
shit.
And like I like took his song. It's called "Psalm of Cancer." Like way different. And then I was like, I got to reach out to this guy, and we like text all the time.
Wow.
So
Beautiful.
he's been great. Yeah. A few other people, but I don't want to bring up their names.
Yeah,
I don't
of
know if
course,
they feel
of course,
comfortable
of course.
about it or not. But
No.
definitely him.
And do you have? I don't know. I'm genuinely curious.
Yeah, no, ask away.
you have
I'm an
any-
open book. Like we can keep revisiting it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And
Do you
jump
have
back
any
to.
side effects? Any changes? Any things that you have to do differently now?
Yeah, I take like a fucking 20 pills a day.
Fuck yeah.
But like that should hopefully stop soon. I don't know when, but stuff like that is like really annoying.
Yeah,
like
of course.
just like as far as like a normal
How do
routine
you remember
goes.
which ones you fucking are?
Right.
Good God, man.
I'm like a 90-year-old like grandma.
Hey, but now
need
you
my pill.
will be 90
then
year
you'll
old.
be
You know what I
immortal.
mean?
Yeah.
That's the goal. 80.
about it that way.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what me and my
80 is a
doctor are
great
shooting
goal.
before. So
Great goal.
Great.
Love
age.
it.
That's like, yeah, like I beat out Lemmy's age. Are you kidding me?
When I was in high school,
Well, yeah,
I
I'll try. Yeah.
I was like dedicated. I was like, I'm gonna live to be 100. I just want to be a centennial. I
You
want to
still?
do it. Fuck no, no fucking way.
I'd like to. I think medical science is improving every day. You're living proof of that. You know.
Yeah.
Whatever they can do for dogs to live longer,
Yeah.
I'd like to help.
That is,
I got a couple that now that I'm like a dog man,
yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do when they leave me.
It's
Yeah.
truly one of the craziest things that I think we do as humans is we take in these animals that we love sometimes more than anything.
Anything. I would
And-
do anything.
And
for
we
these two
know,
motherfuckers, you know.
we know that they're going to be gone. That's
My,
it. That's a guaranteed eventuality.
Me and my girlfriend's fish Goji died at
Oh.
the beginning of the
Dude.
pandemic. I hit the ground crying. I was dead.
Rest in peace,
fish.
Goji.
That was a fish. Shout out Goji. I miss you
man.
so
R.I.P.
much.
Wow.
Oh, dude, and it's funny.
And
isn't it?
and your dog, like,
Oh, dude.
oh my god, you know.
I got metallic cat and my giant squid. My two boys.
I've been
at home.
sitting here. We've been here for 3
Giant
days.
squid. That's
Giant-
brutal.
giant-
I'm already to the point where I'm just looking at pictures.
looking at pictures. I have a camera. I'm watching my cats at home. My
Yeah.
mom went and visited them though yesterday.
See, that's nice.
Spent time.
I know
with
that
them.
was fun.
Love mom.
Let me ask you-
Shout out, mom.
I know.
out to
I'm sure
moms.
you had a lot of downtime in your
Yeah.
recovery. What did you do?
Yeah, what'd you get into?
I would like get fried and play Elden Ring.
You can get for because that's fucking medicinal, brother.
Yeah.
Their
Oh
weed
yeah.
is encouraged.
I needed to, and then
was it? Did you get medical marijuana?
no.
Okay.
You had the good shit.
Yeah.
Well, isn't medical marijuana the good shit?
He's got a better guy.
The problem was
the
I
doctor.
couldn't actually do anything with medical marijuana because with my my cancer I had, like if I smoked weed or did anything like that, and still right now it might cause infection. I was like neutropenic, so like as far as like diet goes, I could not eat raw vegetables. I could not eat. yeah,
like raw vegetables?
You know what I could eat? McDonald's.
dude.
Friend of the show.
Success. Beautiful.
But yeah. Like, what was it? Raw veg. Everything just had to be cooked. That's like really what it came down to.
So
So,
you-
no salads.
Oh no.
Yeah, all right. For me, it was like that kind of. But oh my God, do I appreciate a salad now though?
Oh, I bet. I bet.
It's like different. A salad.
Once you're
it's
told you
different.
can't have it, it's like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
What are
it's
you
like,
talking
well,
about?
no.
I want an apple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those tomatoes look kind of good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that would be tough for me.
Did you get real into gaming?
What's up?
Gaming, is that like something that you?
There was like 2 or 3 months I did gaming, but then I would play a ton of guitar.
Yeah.
There was a point around the transplant I lost the ability to play guitar 100%. Like
just dexterity.
left hand could not press down on the fretboard.
Wow.
And it was like, oh no,
Yeah,
what am I
yeah.
gonna do?
Yeah.
Like this really just happened. It really did.
Did it take that to kind of really kick in, like the mental gravity of it all? Like, was losing guitar kind of the last straw where you're like, all right, I'm figuring this out.
I'm not gonna lie. It was like fight or flight, and
Yeah.
it was pure fight. Like the moment I woke up that day and realized, like, oh, it's gone. I like picked it up and played for an hour.
Like
Wow.
I got
I
a
just
riff. I'm gonna riff.
forced my fingers down onto the fretboard. It was so rough, but I did that. To be honest, it was only like 2 or 3 weeks of that, and then I was super fucking bad.
Fuck yeah.
Which was awesome because then it was like I was back on the scale.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like of good and bad. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, if I'm bad, that means I can get good
You can
again.
get
Yeah.
good,
And then like every day, I would like get back to it.
Are you back?
Oh, I'm back. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I assume the show was last night because you were like, okay, I'm ready now. Let's go.
Yeah.
Were you ready?
Yeah.
Were
You
nervous?
looked and sounded ready.
Were you
Mark.
nervous?
Then I was ready.
Okay.
Were you nervous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe, I was a little nervous.
You sounded great.
Thank you.
You guys sounded great. You sounded great.
Thank you.
You sounded
Thank
very.
I feel like me and Andrew were like. I was explaining this earlier, like because we haven't played a show in so long. I feel like we've been driving in different lanes, And then finally last night we just like met up at the same light and we're like, oh shit, what's up, dude?
Yeah.
And, like we're
Beautiful.
like just like right there together again. It was awesome.
Everybody in the room was emotional just watching you.
Yeah.
Did you have to turn your back at any point, just out of raw feeling?
No, I'll be real. I turned my emotions off. I was like, I'm gonna kill this set.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I went into it like that just because like I just felt like I had to, you know.
You have to imagine cancer survivors are gonna want to see that. Like
Yeah.
this is so much bigger than music, and it's so much bigger than hardcore. This is like a fucking you survived a thing that many have not.
Yeah.
But not just like survived, kicking ass on stage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm back.
You have to like take it at your own pace. I think if you're going through any kind of health thing, I'm not talking about just like cancer, like any kind of disease. You got to take it at your own pace. But for me personally, I started to notice like just a theme of like people kind of like hiding or like not wanting to like really get back out there, which I totally felt myself. And I just really took this approach where I was like, I want to cannonball in, you know, that's like really how I looked at it.
Yeah, going at your own pace.
Going at your own pace. People hiding.
Well, not hiding, but people just feeling uncomfortable, like with whatever health thing they got going on. And for me, I'm like, if I really want to be happy in the future, I know that I need to cannonball into this. I don't want to say cannonball, but I need to just start living right now, like regardless of any side effects, any symptoms. And the quicker I get into that motion, I think the better things are going to be, you know?
Absolutely.
And I hope anyone else out there that's like fighting anything like that, I hope you can, you know, have at least some of that mentality where like, you know what, I'm going to go do this thing even though I don't feel comfortable doing it. Because a lot of times after you do it, you feel really, really good. Yeah.
I had to imagine last night felt really fucking good.
It did.
Did it feel good?
Once I was in bed, like lying down looking at the ceiling, I was like, no fucking way.
Yeah.
I really said that. I really did.
yeah.
It was like, that's when it like really sunk in. To be honest, it was like, because you were asking if it was like emotional and stuff. It was like surreal.
Yeah.
You know, I think
Yeah.
that's like probably the right word.
Because you thought about that every day. I'm sure it's like I'm gonna do it again.
Or
Or-
maybe I'm
What if I'm not?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
definitely possible too. So like, yeah, surreal.
It's awesome.
Surreal.
It's so good.
We're very proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, we're honored to have just witnessed that.
Yeah.
It was a very special moment.
And to be here. I mean,
Yeah.
we're here.
That we're here for you.
We're not contributing. We're not doing anything.
Yeah, we're
here
just-
to talk.
we're just
to
here
you,
for Mark.
You know, and it's
I'm here for HardLore.
We know you are. Yeah, we talked about it last night.
Yes.
We're glad. I'm glad that we could bring you any kind of joy in your life at all in the past few
Yeah.
months. You know,
sit him with a couple questions.
couple of the old standards. I want to start with the COA one
It's a good one.
because now, like, Fuming Mouth you're gonna explode after this next record. The music is rallying to come together behind you, and as they fucking damn well should. COA asked us both who we did when we were performing on
Who do
stage.
you do?
Like, what combination of people? Like, I'm Pete Steele and Jonah Jenkins. He's Hetfield and Porcell.
Porcell.
Who is Mark Whelan doing when Fuming Mouth performs? Like, what 2 or 3 guys that
guitar
did you
players.
see watching and you were like, I need to be this guy. I need to be this guy. I need to be this guy.
Me and me.
That's
Is that fucked up? I don't know. I'm like, I can't be anybody else but me. I
No,
don't
I
know.
get that.
Like, that's how I look at it. I don't know. I do love Kurt Cobain. Nirvana is one of my favorite bands.
there you go.
Probably just because when I tried to sing and play guitar, I was like, how do you do that?
Yeah.
And I already recorded the demo, and I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah,
This is fucked up.
gotta figure it out.
Yeah,
You know,
like,
that's-
this is tough.
just trying
Hetfield.
it.
That's how Hetfield did it.
Recording first.
Well, they would do music first and then figure out lyrics
Joe, that's
afterwards.
I can say after doing that, it's fucked.
Yeah. Black Album not that way because of Bob Rock.
Oh.
Whoa.
I'm like
Smart.
There's
Yeah.
Smart. Yeah.
the dead body stuff was all.
I was just about to say dead body.
Taylor was
like,
smart because he wrote it with his hands. But the like stuff that I wrote was just like, this would sound sick.
Yeah.
And it's stupid. There's one song where I'm like, I don't know how the fuck this is gonna work.
My friend Jake Murphy, he sings for Final Gasp. He used to play. He's played in a few bands where he would play guitar and sing like this band VSEC, this band Gatlin, and he was the one to kind of put it in my head where it's like you should think about like what you're playing with your hands and singing. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh yeah, like I might be biting off more than I can chew here.
Absolutely.
You know, and going back to that. So if it's like two people, I definitely think about Kurt Cobain.
Kurt is a great answer.
That's a good
because
answer.
he was like he really like figured that out. I think too, and from the ground up.
And I like it
'Cause
too,
some
'cause
people
that's
could
not
just do it.
obvious for Fuming Mouth at all.
Some people could just do it. They just
Oh,
pick
yeah.
up a guitar and start singing at the same time. I can't do that.
Yeah, no way.
Like for me, I like have to like piece it out. I'm like, okay, I sing this here, and then I try and I can't, and then like I have to keep doing
I can
it.
do it left hand wise.
Yeah.
No problem.
It's
It's,
this, yeah.
the right hand. It's the rhythm.
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, Kurt Cobain in the like death metal hardcore setting that's enough of an answer.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And then I'll throw a
And
Chuck
hit-
Diener maybe or something like that.
Who's that?
Maybe not him. I don't know. Oh, Lemmy. Even though it's like bass, but yeah.
No, dude. I mean, but that does matter. I was
Lenny
just
and
thinking,
Kurt
Tom
Cobain.
from Slayer. If you watch, he just plays open a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And while he sings, because he can't play and sing the fucking shit at the same time, because it's so crazy.
I'm gonna try that.
You should. I mean, if you're just playing root notes.
Give that a whirl.
But Lemmy's a great answer because
Yeah.
Lemmy, he's the only.
Yes.
You know, like he has to play and sing at the same time.
Yes, exactly.
And-
So yeah, I'm gonna go Lemmy Kurt.
Beautiful.
I mean, their vibes are very much fuck you.
Yes.
And
yes.
your vibe last night was fuck you, I'm
That's
back.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. 100%.
And everybody loved that.
I'm glad. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Another question that we have that we call the Golden Arches question.
Okay.
And this is great because we know you're a friend of the Don.
I fuck with the Don.
If you're driving
Yeah.
and you're in the middle of nowhere, you're in Oklahoma, but there happens to be a rest stop, mysteriously, with every chain restaurant from either coast. It's a mystical, magical place. What's the one place that you read? They're like, oh, they have that? You're pulling over. You're eating. Doesn't matter if you're late to the show. or
Alternatively,
whatever.
Okay.
let's say you're fighting cancer in a fucking hospital bed.
Okay.
You ever done
And,
that?
and you're craving
I've been there.
something worse than you've ever craved anything worse in your life. What's the one thing that in that moment you were like, I would fucking give anything to eat this right now?
A special addendum, Golden Arches.
Canes.
2 in a row.
2 in a row, dude.
Caniac.
Raising
Canes.
canes.
I had canes.
Yeah.
I was like, I finally got it. I threw up in the toilet immediately.
Oh.
It sucks so bad. I was craving it so bad.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm doing it.
Was chemo brutal?
Yeah. And it was like around that time period. I shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
But it was what you're just saying. It was like, what am I craving?
Yeah.
I want
I
canes.
have to
There's
have it.
one Canes in Boston. And it's right next
Been
to
there.
BU.
Oh.
And so it's close to the hospital I was at.
Yeah.
I just sent it, and I absolutely shouldn't have.
Hospital.
And everyone that was helping me was like, Mark, did
What are you
not
doing?
just eat all this canes? And,
Okay.
Did you crush the whole caniac combo?
yeah, I
or-
went
Yeah.
hard.
My brother.
So how
Yeah,
about
so there was like 5 minutes of pure joy.
My man.
So how about now post that? Say you're leaving for a tour tomorrow
Yeah,
and you're in
yeah.
this mystical place. There doesn't have to be.
Get this, Zaxby's.
Really?
We've not
Yeah.
had that yet. We've not
You're the
had
first
that yet.
Zaxby's answer.
Yeah, Zaxby's. Me and
That's-
Budway are going to Zaxby's. Everyone's
Wow.
coming with us.
That's a
Everyone in the van's
southern-
coming with us.
'Cause it's
We're
like
you guys
Cane's.
Excited? If they're like, I'm not feeling Zaxby's, it's like, oh no, you're gonna love it.
You better.
yeah,
You better feel it.
Yeah,
Because you're going to
they
taste
got
it.
great tea.
Southern,
It's gonna be good.
So true.
Southern Floridian regional.
Yeah.
Right?
Big time.
Like down there?
Midwest, too, I think.
I don't
right?
have any.
Well, you're not Midwest.
Thank you.
Illinois is not Midwest.
Thank you
I got you
so
brother.
much.
I got you. So I guess we'll wrap this up because Bollywood is.
Yeah,
coming.
Bollywood's
guess
starting
so,
here.
yeah.
But
But
if
no, we're
at an
gonna
hour-
do part 2.
Yeah, we'll get
very
you.
soon.
We're gonna do a part 2.
Oh,
We'll
absolutely.
do probably
Let's do a part 2.
We'll do it on Zoom. But before
or
that. Oh.
in a couple weeks.
Oh yeah, you'll be in LA in a couple weeks. We'll do part 2 then.
Part 2 it is.
Yeah.
I guess maybe then we wait to talk about your new record.
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Because I bet that's exciting.
It's so exciting. It was like, so we just recorded our second album. Literally
it's recorded.
Less than a month ago. It's recorded. It's done.
Yeah.
Well, we still got it. We still got to mix it. I got
Don't
to
worry
revisit
about
some
all that.
vocals.
Yeah.
But it's done.
Can you say
And,
who's putting it out?
Nuclear Blast Records. Yeah.
Right.
Congratulations.
Right. Yeah.
That's
Huge.
huge.
And yeah, it was awesome because it was just like, it was so much fun. And it was such a great distraction from everything I've gone through in the past like year.
Fuck yeah.
I bet.
And it's like, and it's not just been me. It's been like my friends, my loved ones who've been going through it too. So it was an awesome distraction for like the whole band. You know, where just like everything felt
and probably
so normal.
like a really
it
good,
was really fun.
like a litmus test, like an indicator to your friends and family, like, hey, I'm okay.
Yeah, that actually too.
I'm moving. It's good.
It happened so recently that I haven't even like, I don't think any of us have like thought about that.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah.
Well, when it's out, that'll be different. you
Yeah.
know? That's going to be the true test. And everybody's going to fucking step up. It's this motherfucker's going to pre-order like you never heard of before. Sold out. First 5 pressings are going to be sold out pre-orders. Nuclear Blast, prepare your servers because they're about to fucking crash when this record comes out. Mark, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you
for coming to Boston.
Fuck
Of
yeah,
course.
dude.
Hey, thank you for fighting.
Yes.
Thank you for...
Being so open with us.
Yeah.
And before that,
generous.
thank you for all that you've given our bands.
Yes.
You've given your body to our bands, and now we will give everything to you.
Hey,
The whole world will give everything to Mark.
no, we're going to give everything to each other and we're all going to work together and everyone's going to keep fighting.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's HardLore time. Mark Whelan, the God, the King is back. Thanks for watching.
Bye.